This is verse 26 of the 16th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus continues to explore more deeply the great benefits that flow to the disciples and, of course, through them to the rest of us with respect to the coming of the Parakletos, which has been really the principal subject of the entire discussion here. And here Jesus now speaking of the sense in which, with the presence of the Paraclete, the Holy Spirit, residing within his people, there is an open access, you might say, through that and through the work of Christ to the very presence of God, somewhat reminiscent of the statement in Hebrews that we should come boldly to the throne of grace. We have something that really is compatible with that and explains to some degree what's going on there, as Jesus says, in, preposition takes the dative, so here's the dative demonstrative pronoun, akenos. This is the dative, singular, feminine, because it goes with hemera, the feminine noun, which means day. And so we have in that, the article is commonly used with the noun, so in that, the day. Literally, the dative is here singular, in that, the day, or that day. And then again, en takes the dative here in the masculine, in, or actually in the neuter in this case, in the anomati mu. So mu is the possessive pronoun, the genitive singular, the first person pronoun. So in that day, in the name of me. And then Jesus continues, aitesistha, from aitao, means to ask or to request. This is the second person plural, middle voice here, so it's the present or the future middle indicative, and the presence of the middle here is really somewhat reflexive, meaning you will ask on your own behalf, probably suggesting it's not asking through some intermediary, but really asking in your own behalf. Come boldly, you might say, and offer these prayers. Since seems to be the idea here. So in that day, in the name of me, you will ask. But you're going to ask directly to the Father. That's the point of it, and that's why Jesus adds this explanatory remark, kai u lego. I do not say, first person singular, present active indicative of lego, I do not say humen, to you. The dative, plural, of the second person pronoun, I do not say to you that, hoti. Ego, I, eroteso, and this is erotao, similar but not quite the same as aiteo. I do not say that I will ask, this is the first person plural, future active indicative. I do not say that I will ask ton patera, the Father, peri humon, on behalf of you, the genitive, plural, pronoun, and then that, of course, is a comma, you might say, right at the beginning or the end of this particular first half of the sentence, so we're left dangling as to what exactly Jesus is going to say, but the point here, clearly enough, is that Jesus is eliminating some idea of a middleman, you might say. Even though our prayers are always, in some sense, through Christ, he is our Parakletos in heaven. He is the one who speaks to the Father on behalf of us, and yet, nevertheless, because of his work, and because of the empowering impact of the Parakletos in us, we are called to ask and pray directly to the Father. It's rather a remarkable thing. I think most Christians rather take it for granted. But nevertheless, it's something that would have been really stupendous, you might say, to the first persons that hear this, that they are given the authority to pray directly to God, because now they can come into the very holy place, the Holy of Holies, you might say, and have that form of access to the presence of God. And that does seem to be where Jesus is heading in the statement that he makes it, even though we have to leave it here, in terms of this verse, suspended halfway through as he gives this instruction to his disciples.